Naive women. This is a. I was trying to think of an archetype that I could use to describe this person who's very naive. I was talking to a lady recently, and all due respect to the person, but I noticed something. Um, I noticed a trend that whenever a woman's complaint is brought up, like she complains, or whenever there's a situation where a woman wrongs a guy and does something, um, the woman that a guy or just another person would be talking to, they say, well, what did you do wrong? What happened and why? As if, the implication is that there was a logical reason why the person did what they did, right? The implication is that the other person is good and their good status is almost handed to them automatically. Um, it's like, oh, they're good automatically. What did you do right? And I've noticed that guys get that a lot, where they'll complain about a woman, but then the woman they're talking to or something. Which, by the way, I don't think that's a good idea to complain about a woman to a woman, because for different reasons. But they'll complain about the woman, but then the woman will kind of, their skepticism lends towards, and skepticism isn't bad. It's just there's a natural bias for the woman. And I was thinking maybe it's the halo effect, but then I'm like, no, it can't be the halo effect, because she doesn't see the woman. She just, I mean, but she does know that it is a woman. So I guess it could be like the Borg mind or the hive mind, right? It's like, well, women are good, women aren't bad, because the women are wonderful effect can kind of play into that as well, to where humans naturally think that women are better in different traits compared to men, especially the traits associated with morality and likability, things like that. Just a bunch of different qualities. We naturally see women as better in those qualities. Um, so I think the women are wonderful effect is similar to the halo effect, but where it plays into what she was saying was that she was automatically assuming that if a guy has a problem with a woman and the woman did something to that guy, that guy did something to that woman to cause her to do that, right? It's not entirely off the mark, because some guys do things that lead a woman to do things. But I noticed that when I called her out on it, I said, well, no, the guy is just doing things normally, and he's just functioning in a way that's proper and well, and he's trying to correct his mistakes, as a person should when they do something wrong. They should be accountable. um, I noticed that when I said that and I gave that particular example, she kind of, there was this she couldn't rebuke the woman's behavior with this particular example. She just said something to the likes of oh, then she wasn't ready, right? Which I thought was fascinating, because it was almost like there was a shortcut in her brain where it was like, oh snap, I have to hold another human female responsible. Oh, I can't do that. I thought it was fascinating. I was watching this like, holy hell, I can't believe this is happening. Now, it'd be different if the guy actually did something wrong and if he's just actually a bad person. But in this particular scenario that I was describing to her, the guy was trying. He was actually trying to make the situation work, but the woman was making it work for him. And she was kind of just unwittingly sabotaging the whole situation. And he was fighting this unceasing force that was just doing its very best to wreak havoc. Um, Interestingly enough, I didn't really tell her that the guy in this particular situation was that she actually ended up saying that she missed the guy, right? Uh, but it was just interesting to watch, because when I pointed the finger at the woman for her actions, the woman said something, and this isn't the first time it's happened, which is why I was kind of like, wow, I've got to talk about this. This woman, she said, oh, she wasn't ready, right? Like when she's ready, then she'll be an accountable, decent, moral human being. I thought that was fascinating because I could use the same logic the other way around. Oh, the guy cheated on you because he wasn't ready, right? Oh boy, it was a mess, but it was just really interesting. I just wanted to bring it up. I might talk about it in the future because there's probably a little bit more to it. But if you ever hear a person's, they're talking about another person who is just not really accountable. They're not really all that moral. They're not really all that good of a person. And they say, "Oh, that person, they just weren't ready, man. They were just immature." Things like that. It's just a justification for their, it's just a way of side skirting their accountability in the situation. It's not like, and that's guy or girl, right? That's woman or man. Like when you like if a guy cheated on his wife or his girlfriend, or he did something, yeah, something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. It could be something else that he or she did. But let's just say a guy, right? And you say, "Oh, he wasn't ready, and that's why he did that. He just needed to be ready." All right. But then when the person is ready, we're just assuming that they're like a moral opportunist, and that, oh, when they're ready, then they'll become moral, right? You see the logical flaw in that? I couldn't believe that stuff, man. Oh man, sometimes I think humanity is doomed, but I know we're not. But it's like a lot of us are such opportunists, even in our conversations, even in the little things we say. We don't recognize what we're saying. Oh, he wasn't ready. Oh, she wasn't ready. Oh, they just needed a timeout. Oh, we just need to take a break, right? Oh my god, it's nuts. Naive women.